Get to who is eating good in the neighborhood, and this is served by Applebee's. And Rodney, I want to start with you here. Defenses in the wild card round. They are the headline. Who impressed you most?
I wouldn't necessarily say the most, but okay, who impressed me? The Texans. The Texans against the Chargers. I mean, I've talked about Danielle Hunter being that compliment to Will Anderson, and those guys really set the tone. Getting after the quarterback and just causing disruption. Then those interior guys like Danico Autry. I like everything about this Texans defense. D'Amico Ryans had these guys dialed in. Derek Stingley Jr., I think he's the best corner in all of football. He's had an amazing year, and they've been getting really good, solid play from those young safeties. I like what they've done on the defensive side, Coach.
I agree with you. You look at that game and Jim Harbaugh and what he preached for the Chargers all year. Take care of the football. His quarterback didn't throw interceptions. They didn't fumble. And what happened in that game? The Texans took it away from him 4 times. And so that shows me something.
Mm-hmm. How about for you, Coach? What caught your attention watching Wild Card Weekend? What was the big headline for you?
You know, what I saw really was the Philadelphia Eagles. And again, what they did up front, just dominating the line of scrimmage, and those big guys mashing Green Bay, taking the ball away. That was impressive to me.
Yeah, but I also say, Coach, along with that, we talk about the Eagles defensively. I just think this is a huge loss, losing to Kobe Dean. That is a huge loss, a huge blow to this defense. I mean, the guy was playing on a Pro Bowl level, and you think about the chemistry that he has with Zach Bond. It's hard to find that chemistry between two linebackers. They had such great continuity between one another, great communication. He's the signal caller. He's the guy getting to the football. And I just think that's going to draw more attention to Zach Bond. That's going to put pressure on Nakobe Dean's backup. And I just think that this kid has played tremendous, and that's a huge blow to their defense.
I would agree with you. Jack, I'm going to give you another defense that impressed me. And Rodney, we've talked about this. The Rams and those young guys, they're growing up. That front, man, they were all over the Vikings. And the coverage in the secondary, those young guys took the challenge again, just kind of like Detroit's young secondary did. We're going to lock these guys down, and man, they swarmed the Minnesota Vikings.
It was amazing sitting back watching that young talent, the secondary. And the Rams are really young and good at the safety position. Cameron Kitchens and Jalen McCullen and Quentin Lake, those guys, man, they do a really great job of communicating and picking the ball off. And those corners, Shula had those corners blitzing, man. I mean, it was just really just fun to watch.
Yeah, they've grown. We saw them earlier in the year, and I think, Rodney, you said at that time, hey, let's watch these guys. They're young, they're getting better. Well, they showed it on Wild Card Weekend.
They did. 9 sacks. I mean, 9 sacks in an NFL game. 10 tackles for loss, the interception. I'm glad you guys brought up the coverage, too, because a lot of the conversation after the game was Sam Darnold's got to get rid of the ball. He's holding the ball too long. And he was looking for guys down the field.
There was nowhere to go.
Yep. Yeah, so it was the combination of that rush and that coverage. And it's been amazing to come into the run. I remember before the year, Rodney, you were saying, I'd rather have the youth and growth potential of these young guys overpaying Aaron Donald $200 million at this age. Over the long run, you proved out to be right.
Well, absolutely. I mean, because you look at all the talent that you have, and you got to understand that all these guys are playing on rookie contracts. So all them guys together probably don't add up to the money that they were paying Aaron Donald. Plus, these guys get a chance to, get that experience, get on field. You start thinking about Jared Verse, who definitely should be the defensive rookie of the year on defense. But Braden Fisk is right there, and that's his teammate. So now you draft 2 guys that come in as first-year players. You're not paying them $20 million a year, and they perform like they're making $20 million a year. Then you have Kobe Turner, you have Byron Young, those guys coming off. They just have so many guys that can rotate. And their biggest test is going to be against the Eagles in that big offensive line. Can they get pressure on that offensive line?
Jack, you mentioned Chris Shula, and I think you have to give him credit for taking these young guys, seeing what they can do, putting it together, staying patient with them, and letting them grow as the season has gone on.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.